A lot of you requested that I do a thrifting video, and I thought it would be really fun if I did a video centered around my greatest hits. My absolute all-time favorite pieces I have found while I was at the thrift store. I found some truly magical pieces, in my opinion. I don't have a lot of clothes in this. I am extremely picky when it comes to clothes, but I really hope you guys like it, and let's get started. Now, I have already discussed a lot of the clothes that I love in my thrift haul that's super old, so I will be linking below. I just thought it'd be kind of redundant to touch upon some of the pieces I already talked about. I have this super cozy cardigan. First of all, it's pink, and I think we've already established how I feel about pink. It was very cute and it has a loose silhouette, which I really like, and it's super cozy. One of my favorite vintage brands is Gunne Sax, the Gunne, which always has the most stunning multi-tiered dresses that are an absolute dream. When I went to a vintage store with my friends Courtney and Jess, I actually found one for $25 because someone had cut the arms off, which it does make me very sad. But $25 for a Gunne Sax dress is incredible, especially when you go on Etsy. They're going for hundreds. So I was very happy to find this, and it is such a dream. I feel like an absolute princess walking around in this. My final piece was actually thrifted by a family member who then passed it on to me. I feel like it's such a perfect, again, princessy piece because of the sheer overlay and the sweetheart neckline. I see blue color. It's just so beautiful. One of my favorite things to collect is vinyls. Unfortunately, going through the thrift store and searching for vinyls can be very time consuming because a lot of them are not exactly relevant to me. It's always this huge undertaking, but I have been able to find some gems. One time I went to Goodwill and there were stacks and stacks. I went through every single stack one by one until the very last stack I found this, which is the Disney Cinderella soundtrack from 1963. That was exciting not only because I love Disney movies, but because Cinderella is my all-time favorite Disney movie. What was interesting was when I was going through all those records, a woman came up to me and she said, "What type of records are you looking for?" I told her I was looking for like musicals, mayhaps from like the 40s or 50s. And she said in her car she had this record from Judy Garland. It is her infamous Carnegie Hall performance, which people still talk about to this day as one of her best performances like ever. And she gave it to me, and that was just so sweet. A very happy memory. I have two paperbacks here. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, who is one of my favorite authors because I love the Roaring Twenties. Though The Great Gatsby is not my favorite work of his. I understand why people get kind of annoyed by it. Anyway, this isn't a book review. This version is from the 70s, but what I love about it is that it has the original cover that the first edition Great Gatsby has, and it's such a striking image. And I also like it because this version has someone's notes in it and they underlined things, which I always like. Because then you know this book had a life. It had a life. Oh my god. Because then you see what the reader before you was like prioritizing and what they found interesting. I think that's cool. It's a little dork. And I also have this version of Romeo and Juliet, one of my all-time favorite works. And this has a still from Franco Zeffirelli's 1968 film on it, which is absolutely gorgeous. I love buying used books because then they feel lived in, they feel loved. I personally don't like breaking the spine of a book, so it's nice when someone else has done it for me. I also have this book by Kevin Aucoin. I tried very hard to learn how to pronounce his name with a French accent. I'm very sorry because I probably didn't do a very good job, but I did try, I promise. Famous 90s and early 00s makeup artist who did the makeup for all the greats like Janet Jackson and Winona Ryder. He was a trailblazer and truly incredible. I would always get this book from the library when I was little and just like memorize the faces. So to be able to find this in the thrift store was incredible. I love looking for vintage pieces, obviously, when I'm at the thrift store. And I recently came across this collection of vintage magazines. They're a perfect prop for photo shoots because I do like to do a bit of a retro theme sometimes. I got a nice stack of them, and I actually did do a photo shoot with my friend Hannah Haley, and we used this as a prop, so it was very apropos. Moving on to homeware things, I love going to the little porcelain trinkets. I found this darling planter. Is he a lamb or is he a sheep? I don't know. But look at that face. That, it's so cute. He lives here now, next to Bambi. I have this darling peach teapot. Now, I'm been a little bit afraid to use it because I did notice some cracks in it, which my friend says is normal for something that's porcelain, but it makes me a little trepidatious, so I have not used this. But it's just so cute. It just makes it a darling, like, centerpiece, I feel like. And, you know, I love peaches. I love peach, I love pink, I love fruit, I love novelty items. It checked all the boxes for me. I also have this adorable little mug. It just makes me happy to look at it. And I drink my coffee out of it every morning, so $2 well spent. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what your Thrifting Greatest Hits were down below, or make your own video, which I would love to see that. I think it'd be really fun if this could become like a tag, mayhaps, and then I could see some of what your guys' all-time favorite thrifting finds are. So if you end up doing a video, please let me know, because I would love to see it. If you have any requests for what you would like to see me do on this channel, please let me know, because I don't know what I'm doing. Bye! And this bird even opens up for a photo. Two of my favorite books. I mean, Romeo and Juliet is a play, but why can't you be in the video?